Hi everyone and welcome back to the updated Pet Simulator X Style Game series. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make this simple egg hatching system, as well as showing you how to make this door opening system. Also, if you guys want to support me and want to have access to all of my project files, including the one you're watching right now, they will all be available on my Patreon in the $10 tier. The link will be in the description. With that being said, let's start. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is work on the egg hatching system. Now we're gonna need an egg mesh for this. So I have this mesh part right here, that's an egg. And I renamed it to basic egg, and what I'm gonna do is inside of that basic egg I'm going to add a proximity prompt. Now I'm going to set the action text to open and the requires line of sight property to false, and then the hold duration to 0.4. And then I'm going to add a module script to this, which I'm going to rename to data. And inside of this data module, I'm going to have a return. And we're going to return the egg price. So we're going to store the egg price, which will be 10. And then the egg currency, which will be maybe coins. You can have it as gems or any currency you have. And then we're going to need the egg pets. So egg pets, curly brackets again. And the first pet is going to be a table again, and it's going to be called, so pet name will be cat, and the chance of getting one will be 100%, so 100. And I forgot to add the comma right here, and then the rarity, which will be rarity common. And if you want to add the second pet, just copy this, paste it here, and change this to 2 instead of 1. And this time also make sure to have a comma right here, and it will be maybe fox, and the rarity will be 50%. Now make sure that both of these percentages add up to 100%. So now this is not right, so I'm gonna have this one as maybe 70% and the other one is 30%. Just make sure that they add up to 100, and maybe this can be uncommon. But for now, I'm only gonna have the cat, so just cat. And what I'm gonna do now is add a folder inside of the main folder underscore workspace, and it's going to be called eggs. And I'm gonna have this basic egg mesh inside of this. And what I'm gonna do is go to starter player script, and I'm gonna add a local script, and it's going to be eggs client. Now in this module script, we're gonna in this script, we're gonna script the egg system from the client. So what I'm gonna do is local run service. We're gonna start with some services. So run service is equal to game calling get service run service. And then we're gonna get replicated storage. Replicated storage is equal to game calling get service replicated storage. Then we need local players. It's equal to game calling get service players. Then we need tween service. Local tween service is equal to game calling get service tween service. And then we're gonna need a reference to our eggs. So local eggs is equal to workspace colon wait for child main folder underscore workspace colon wait for child eggs. And then we're gonna need the remotes. So local remotes is equal to eggs or replicated storage colon wait for child remotes. And then we need the pets. So local pets is equal to replicated storage colon wait for child pets. And then we're gonna need the player. So local player is equal to players.local player and local. Okay, so now we need some UI. So what I'm gonna do is exit out of the script, and inside of our starter GUI, I'm gonna add a screen GUI, and it's going to be called egg system. And inside of that, I'm gonna have a viewport frame, and I'm going to position it right here, put it right here, and I'm gonna change its size to 0.1, 0.1, 0, and then I can resize it because now it's converted to scale. So I can just make it a square, make it bigger, put it somewhere around here. And inside of that viewport frame, I'm gonna call this egg viewport. And inside of that, we're gonna have a text label. And I'm also going to change its size to 1, 0, 0.1, 0. And I'm gonna make it a bit bigger, and I'm gonna drag it down here. And I'm going to duplicate it and put the other one here. And I'm going to select both of my text labels, and I'm going to change the background transparency to 1, the text color to maybe white, and the font to Ferdoka 1. And then I'm gonna change the okay, so the text will be nothing, and inside of both of them we're gonna add a UI stroke. So I'm just going to make it okay, where is it? I'm going to give them a text, so maybe common or cat. And I'm going to make this a bit smaller. And then I'm going to make sure that text scale is checked. Sorry. And I think this looks good. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the other one. So select the UI stroke. Paste it into this. Make sure that text scale is checked. And what we also need to do is, so the first one will be a name label. So I'm going to call it name label. And the second one is going to be called rarity label. Okay, so now the background transparency of the viewport frame will be 1. And then I'm going to make sure that the enabled property is set to false on the egg system. And what I'm going to do now is go back to my eggs client script. And what I'm going to do is get local egg viewport or egg system ss is equal to player, wait for child, player gy, wait for child, egg system. And local egg viewport is equal to egg system ss, wait for child, egg viewport. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is have a function called hatch egg. So hatch egg, and it's going to take the egg name and then the chosen pet. So chosen pet. And what I'm gonna do is have a for loop right here. And what this for loop gonna do is just, okay, so I'm going to loop through player, wait for child, player gy, get children, or player dot. Okay, so I'm gonna do player gy, get children, and we're gonna check if it's screen gy. Then we're gonna check if v is not equal to our egg system gy. Then we're gonna disable it, and then I'm going to loop through the egg viewport, and we're gonna check if there is a camera inside of it, or if there is a base part or a model. Then we're gonna destroy it, and then we will make the size of the egg viewport. So egg viewport dot size will be using to dot from scale and 0, 0, and then local egg mesh is equal to eggs, find first child, egg name, clone. And then we're gonna parent it. So egg mesh dot parent is equal to egg viewport, and then egg mesh dot cframe is equal to cframe dot new 0, 0, 0. I'm just going to add some spaces right here. And then local camera, we're gonna create the camera is equal to instance dot new camera, and camera dot parent is equal to egg viewport, and camera dot cframe is equal to cframe dot new 0, 0, 0, 4, and then egg viewport dot current camera is equal to camera. And then I'm going to create tween. So tween service, create. What am I doing? Create. And egg viewport, tween info dot new, maybe 0.7 seconds, 0.7, and we're gonna change the size to dot new. And what I'm going to do is get the size of my egg viewport. So just type in the size and copy it. and then you can paste it right here and just get rid of the curly brackets. And then we're gonna add a colon play at the end, and then after we're gonna wait for this to task, we're gonna wait for this tween to finish 0.7, so we're gonna wait 0.7 seconds. And what we're gonna do is for I is equal to from 1 to 4, and what I'm gonna do is tween service colon create and egg viewport comma tween info dot new 0.3 comma enum dot easing style dot sign comma enum dot easing direction dot out comma, and I'm gonna change the rotation. So just to rotate the egg, we're gonna set the rotation to 20, and I'm gonna play this tween, and then we're gonna wait 0.3 seconds. And we're gonna copy this tween right here, and we're gonna paste it in here, but this time it's going to be -20. And we're gonna add another task dot wait 0.3. And after that is done, well, we will create a new tween, so tween service. We're pretty much just going to do the same thing, just copy one of these tweens, put it here, and change the rotation to 0 this time. And then we're gonna wait task.wait 0.3 seconds. And what I'm going to do is just so I'm going to copy this tween right here of the viewport size, paste it right here, and we're gonna change the size to 0,0,0,0. And then what I'm gonna do is wait 0.3 seconds. Also, we can simplify this by doing medium to dot from scale and just put in 0,0. That should be a bit better. And then I'm going to loop through the egg viewport colon get children, and we're gonna check if there is a camera or base part or model. Then we're gonna destroy it, and then we'll get a pet model. So local pet model is equal to, and pets colon find first child chosen pet dot pet name colon clone, and pet model colon pivot to keyframe dot new 0,0,0,0, and then we're gonna parent it. Pet model dot parent is equal to egg viewport, and then I'm going to create a camera is equal to instance dot new camera, and camera. Okay, so camera dot parent is equal to egg viewport, and camera dot cframe is equal to cframe dot new. And this time I'm going to do 0,0, and maybe -3.3, and we'll multiply that by cframe.angles and 0,math.rad 180. So I'm going to rotate the camera because I don't think it will be facing the right way. But if it isn't facing the right way for you, then just to mess around with this, maybe you can rotate it 360 degrees, 180, 90, but for me it's going to be 180 because I've tried this before. And then what I'm going to do is egg viewport dot current camera is equal to camera. But now what I just realized is that we have two camera variables up here. So what I'm going to do is change this to camera pet, and now it should work. Sorry. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is create a tween. So I'm going to tween the egg viewport's size. Actually, I'm sorry. Just do the same thing that you did here. Just copy this one tween right here, paste it in here. We'll retween the size, and then I'm going to do egg viewport dot name label dot text is equal to, and chosen pet dot pet name, and then egg viewport dot name label dot visible is equal to true. And then we will just so egg viewport dot rarity label dot text is equal to chosen pet dot rarity and that should work. And then after that, we're gonna do egg viewport dot rarity label dot visible is equal to true. And the next thing is wait 0.1 or 1.5 seconds is better. And tween service colon create. So just copy this one tween right here, paste it in here where we are tweening the size of this. But this time I'm going to put in 0.3 because it will be better. And then I'm going to wait 0.3 seconds. So task wait 0.3 seconds. And I'm going to change both of these visible properties to false. And this to also false. And then I'm going to loop through these again and enable everything that's not the egg system as SAS. One thing that I forgot to do is show you how to fix this one bug. So when you are looping through, so in the eggs client script, in the line 68, when we are looping through these, for these tween GUIs, make sure that you are doing player, wait for child, player, GUI, get children, not script.parent, get children, or this will not work. Now what I'm going to do up here is just, so after doing this, what I'm going to do is just egg system SS dot enabled is equal to false, to true, sorry. And also make sure that the name label and the rarity label is invisible. And now what I'm gonna do is, so I'm going to create a new remote event inside the remotes folder. So just remote event, and I'm going to call it hatch egg. And I'm going to add a script inside of the script service, and I'm going to call it eggs server. Now what I'm going to do in here is, so just put this in. So we're just getting the remotes, the replicated storage, players, remotes, and eggs. So it's the main folder workspace, not main folder workspace. And then I'm going to do a debounce table. So I'm going to make a debounce table. So player hatch debounce and an empty table. And I'm going to create a function for choosing a random pet. So choose random pet, and it's going to take a pet table. And what I'm going to do is local chosen pet is equal to nil, and local random number is equal to math.random from 1 to 100, and local weight is equal to 0. And for I, v in pairs pet table do, and weight plus equal v dot chance, and then if weight is greater or equal to random number, then chosen pet is equal to v, and break, we're gonna break this, and then I'm going to return the chosen pet. Now that we've just chosen a random pet, we will just set up all the eggs. So for underscore comma egg, and detect the input too. So for underscore comma egg in pairs eggs get children do, and what I'm gonna do is egg dot proximity prompt dot so dot triggered connect function, and this is going to take the player, and local egg data is equal to require egg dot data, and local price is equal to egg data dot price, and local or dot egg price, and local currency is equal to, and it's going to take the egg data dot currency or egg currency. I don't remember what we called it. I think it was currency, because it was egg currency. Alright, so then we're gonna check if player dot leader stats square brackets currency is dot value is greater or equal. What am I doing? Greater or equal than the price. If it's bigger or equal to the price, then we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna check if not D balances. Square brackets player then player hash D bounce. Square brackets player is equal to true, and local chosen pet is equal to choose random pet. We're gonna call the function. It's going to take the egg data dot egg pets, I think. Egg pets, yes. And then player dot reader stats square brackets currency dot value minus equal the price, and then we're gonna fire the remote event. So remote dot hatch check 1 fire client player comma egg name comma chosen pet, and then I'm going to create a value. So a value is equal to instance dot new string value, and val dot name is equal to chosen pet dot name, and dot pet name, and val dot parent is equal to player dot pets. Now I'm going to wait 7 or 6 seconds, and what I'm gonna do is player hash d bounce square brackets player is equal to nil by default. Now what I'm gonna do is players dot player remove any connect function, and we're gonna check if player hash d bounce square brackets player, then player hash d bounce square brackets player is equal to nil. Now I'm going to play this and see if anything works. Okay, so we have main folder. Okay, so I messed up in here. It's main folder underscore workspace, so main folder underscore workspace, not main folder underscore workspace. And let's see if this is gonna work. No errors yet. I'm gonna try to hatch this, and we get a we get an error, and it says attempt to compare nil. Okay, I think it's because we don't have any leader stats yet. Leader stats coins. Okay, so we do have coins. Oh, and I also forgot to add a folder in here called pets. Now I think, let's see what's wrong with this. Currency is coins, so attempt to compare nil. Okay, maybe if we do dot coins, let's see if this is gonna work. Okay, so this is also not working. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and try to find a fix for this, and I'll be back. Okay, I found an easy fix for this. All it was is that the price is egg price with a capital E, not a lowercase e. So now it should work. I'm gonna go ahead, try this out, and see what errors we get. Now, server script service attempts indexing with pet name. Okay, so what you're gonna do is change val.name to string chosen pet name. Make sure to add the toString, and also go to the X client. And what we're gonna do is just put in remote remove child egg, hatch egg don client event connect hatch egg, and that should work. And let's test this out. So as you can see, it does open the egg, and it does that, but as you can see, it does that weird animation, and it's very simple to fix. All we gotta do is just enable this, make this visible. I'm going to change the background transparency to 0, and I'm going to change the anchor point to 0.5, and the position to 0.5, 0, 0.5, 0, and maybe put it up a bit. Okay, that's good enough. now we can change the transparency back to 1. Visible, true, enabled, false. And now if you play the game, that should look a lot better. So just play this, and I'm gonna go there, open this up, and as you can see, it tweens, it does everything smoothly, and I think this looks good. Now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and make a door, so a door that you can unlock. So I have made a door, and I'm going to make this into a model and give it to you. The link will be in the description. And what you're gonna do is, okay, I'm gonna see if I can export this right now. Okay, so I just did that. Now we have a door, and basically what's inside of this is an int value, that's the price, a proximity prompt, and a surface GUI that displays the price of the door. Now what I'm gonna do is just show you how to code the door. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, so I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna add a remote right here. A remote which I'm going to make it a remote function, and it's going to be called purchase door, and we're gonna have 2 different remote events, and one of them is going to be called prompt purchase door, and the other one is, okay, so just one, I'm sorry, I copied something else. So add another one, prompt purchase door, and we're gonna enter the main servers underscore script, and we're gonna paste this in. So for underscore comma door in pairs, the workspace dot main folder for main folder underscore workspace dot doors gonna get children, and door dot proximity part dot proximity prompt dot triggered connect function. And when this is triggered, then we're gonna just check if the player does not own the area first, and then we're gonna fire the remote event. So that should work. Now what I'm gonna do is just add a folder inside of the player data. It's going to be called doors, or maybe areas, and I'm also going to add a folder inside of the workspace. I'm going to call it doors, and put the area underscore 1 inside the doors. And this is basically the first door. You can position it wherever you want, make it bigger maybe. And okay, so I have that. Now what I'm gonna do is enter a client script. Okay, so inside of here, you're gonna put this in. So just put this in. Now copy this. I know it doesn't make much sense right now, but okay, so we are just getting replicated storage, the player and the remotes, but this doesn't make any sense. So the main SS, we don't have that yet, but I'm gonna show you how to make that. Now that will be in the description. It's a model of the UI we're gonna be using. I'm gonna go ahead and drag it into the starter GUI, and it's basically this. It just has this. Would you like to purchase this area for 1.5k coins? And this is all it has. Yeah, and you can put this inside of GUI and make sure that it's not visible. And I'm going to go back to my main client script, and I'm going to change this to, instead of script.parent, I'm going to do player, wait for child, player GUI, wait for child domain SS, and then the door purchase UI, and this is just the connection that we're going to be using later. And what I'm going to do is remotes dot prompt purchase door dot on client event connect function door, and what I'm going to do is door purchase UI dot visible is equal to true, and then door purchase UI dot purchase text dot text is equal to, and would you like to purchase this area, purchase this area for space dot door dot price dot value dot and space coins, and then area button connection is equal to, and door purchase UI dot buy dot mouse button one click, on connect function, and just put this in. Okay, so local remotes, local results, sorry, is equal to remotes.purchase door colon invoke server. And what I'm gonna do is if result is equal to true, then door colon destroy. So we are pretty much just going to destroy the door so that the player can go through it now. And then area purchase button connection colon disconnect. And after that, door purchase UI dot visible is equal to false. Now, what if the player presses the no button, close button? What I'm gonna do is close it. So just do door purchase UI dot close dot mouse button one click on connect function. And what I'm gonna do is just okay, so door purchase UI dot visible is equal to false. Now I'm going to test this out. So I should be able to have an interact proximity prompt right here, and when I press it, it should prompt this, and I can close it and open it again. But the buy button shouldn't work yet because we haven't scripted the server yet. So I'm going to enter the main server script, and what I'm going to do inside of here is okay, so game.replicated storage, so game.replicated storage .remotes .purchase door on server invoke is equal to function player comma door, and we're gonna get the actual door from the server to make sure that the door actually exists, and then we're gonna check if it is a thing. So if it is a thing, then we're gonna check if the player's coins value is greater or equal than the server door price value. And then we're gonna make sure that the player does not own the door, and then we will subtract the price from the player's coins, and then we're gonna create a door value. So this door value will be pretty much like the value that we created, for the X, and then we're gonna return true, and else return false. Now I'm going to play this now, and it should work. So I should be able to purchase it, but I don't think I have enough coins. Okay, so it's 1,000 coins, so I can buy it, and it should throw an error. And it says main folder. Okay, so I spelled folder wrong. Now it should work. It should not throw any errors at me anymore. So just press buy, and I can go through it now. Great. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is just enter my main server script, and what I'm gonna do inside of here when we are looping through all of the doors is just do door. Okay, so door.surface GUI, so door.surface GUI dot price label dot text is equal to, and just do door dot price dot value. And now if you play the game, it should display the price of the door. And yes, it does display the price of the door, but we also need to put in a space and coins. And now it should work. Okay, so it works. Can't go through it now, but we can purchase it and we can go through it. And yeah, I think this is going to be it for today's tutorial. If this helped, please subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.